Just came to kind of sketchy bit of road here. Gonna go investigate. May need to park here and walk the rest of the way in. It looked rough, but definitely drivable. However, I think this is the actual road. That was a random left turn over there. And for whatever reason, the actual road is blocked off here at the gate. Just have to park back here and walk the rest of the way in. Not ideal, but could be far worse. Toss my jacket on, got the headlamp on. Gonna close up the car and start walking up this road towards the trail. All right, guys, I've reached the trailhead. We're surrounded on all sides by rock. It looks like there's this nice kind of cobblestone-ish pathway. There's this big, eerie black lake off to my left. Currently pretty slow going across a big field of rocks, basically. This looks kind of sketchy, but we'll give it a shot. This is like the Maroon Bells Wilderness all over again. All right, based on the map, I think this is the correct path. Unfortunately, there are several to choose from. Well, it turns out that wasn't the correct path, but trying a new one, and hopefully third time is a charm. Unfortunately, this one leads right back across the river. Concerned about the weather. Had my legs swallowed by a massive mud hole. Gonna try this way. So I think we're trying to get to the base of this ridgeline over here and then crossing. Climbed a pretty good ways up out of the valley now. Probably gone 2 or 3 miles at this point. Hard to say though, as it's slow moving. A lot of route finding, a lot of river crossings, a lot of loose rock. Sky's cleared up a lot. I mean, it's still overcast, but yeah, for now, looking a lot better. Well, I said that, but looking a bit stormy again. Winds are picking up. Not a great sign. Getting pretty close to the summit ridgeline, guys. Left will take us to Fletcher and Drift, and right will take us up to Mount Quandary. These storm clouds are concerning. I did read over the route for Quandary. I mean, I definitely have some idea of what it entails. I think after fighting up through this stuff, should be on the ridgeline. I think it's safe to say we've made it to the ridgeline. There's our goal. Pretty concerning clouds off this direction. Concerning clouds that way too. Decisions. Seems like every time I turn around it looks worse. That peak behind me is already getting swallowed by the clouds. On a clear day, I think it would be great to be here by 7:30. It's not a clear day, obviously. We've been getting a lot of storms and rain here recently. Sketchy. I'm gonna slowly start making my way across the ridge and be monitoring this. If it starts looking bad, I'm gonna turn around. And also, if it doesn't start looking better than this, I'm probably not gonna commit too far into the ridge line. Granted, I don't have much experience out here. I would assume with clouds like this, it could pretty much storm at any point. And so if I commit really deep into the ridge line and it starts storming, well, that would be trouble. So I'm just gonna inch my way forward, scout this thing out, and wait to see what the weather does. I'm gonna try climbing the other side. Seems kind of unnecessarily loose. Maybe we'll find some more stable rock over here on the right side. Yeah, this looks like a better choice. Just heard my first thunder. Your guy's right, my left. I don't know. That storm front seems to be moving towards us. Problem is with our radar, I don't know how deep it is, how thick it is. Could pass right over. On the other hand, could just hover on us all the way across this ridgeline. And as you can see, the rest of this route's pretty intense, at least for someone like me. Based on the pictures online and what I read, there are some significant little rock climbing sections. And I hate to be rock climbing in the rain and clouds, much less a thunderstorm. I think it's time to call this one. Hurry down off this ridgeline and try to beat the storms. My rough plan right now is to come back tonight, car camp at the trailhead, which will help make up for the time lost due to the gate. Probably try to go to the nearest town. I think it's Breckenridge. Pretty much made it down off the ridgeline. Took a bit of a gamble, went straight down the side of it. I think it definitely paid off. That was fast. Now we just more or less follow this kind of mountain runoff stream back down to the lake, to the road, and eventually to the car. Still staying ahead of the storm clouds, but maybe not by too much, as it's starting to kind of envelop us here on the right side. Gonna be very careful through this deep grass, marshland type stuff. This is where my leg sank through up to my knee. And if my leg were to just fall through again suddenly while running, could really injure my knee. The way up, I climbed right along this, you may remember. Coming down, I just went this way. So much easier. I think we made it past the worst of the bog. Previously, I kind of just, in the dark, more or less walk through it, but won't be doing that next time. Nice little path over here. Just gotta be able to find it at the base of all this. I guess the lake collects all this runoff from the mountains. Definitely missed this nice easy trail on the way up. I went too far down here, and I mean, you guys probably remember crossing the stream up and down. Eventually regained the trail, but yeah, I mean, it would have been a lot easier just to walk along this. But it's hard to tell in the dark. That'll save considerable time. Trail we want on the next attempt goes high to begin with, stays high, avoids all the bear trails and multiple rushing water or stream crossings. So that lake that's being balled up by the dam looks like it drains down to here to another lake. That's a cool campsite. Some people camping over there as well, and there. My guess is that left-hand turn that I was exploring earlier probably leads down to those campsites. Yep, it leads straight to it. Made back to the main road. I'm gonna head towards town, get some food while keeping an eye on the weather, and then fingers crossed we'll be able to come back tonight, car camp, get up early, and tackle that ridgeline to Mount Quandary. By camping at the trailhead, we'll save about an hour of driving. By avoiding the bear trails and the river crossings down by the lake, I mean, we'll probably save another 45 minutes easily. Time to head back to the trailhead and settle in for the night. By the way, that's the trailhead for the more, I guess, standard route up to the top of Mount Quandary. So looks like that campsite's empty. That could be cool. On the other hand, parked right here, we're closer to the trailhead. Probably farther away from mosquitoes too. I mean, this all kind of seems like mosquito land, bug land. Probably a little warmer down there, a little more humid. May just stay here in the main parking lot. I think it'd be nice to pull up to the edge here and kind of at an angle, see the lake and see the mountains. I'm gonna do that now and then set the bug screens up. I walk down here to that more official looking campsite, see if there's a bunch of bugs, see how easy it is to get to. The harder hill we saw this morning is actually over there. There's an easier access right here. Finally see the marsh actually. So far, no bugs. I mean, I have the bug net, so it's only when I get out of the car that it really matters. And head to bed. We were at this rock around 5:30 yesterday. 4:38 now. The car camping saved us about an hour. It's great. Next challenge is navigating the forest and the river and making sure to turn right early so that we can stay up high on the hill. Made it to the dam. That means the right turn should be just ahead. Yeah, so that's where we went yesterday. Here's where we're supposed to go. In we go. Been great on time. I'm gonna take it slow through this next, half a mile or whatever it is and try to avoid getting soaked again. I think I remember the best path just basically involves sticking to the left, basically all the way to the ridgeline. Trying to find a good place to cross, a solid ground. It's hard to tell sometimes with the grass. Alright, so yesterday we climbed up some rock walls right next to the ice. Came down more on the left. Not exactly sure where, but I'm gonna go try to find that as it was a lot faster and safer. We're not far off the ridgeline, and it's looking relatively clear up to the summit. This is where we turned around yesterday. I mean, it's looking cloudy up on the summit. Looking very cloudy in the distance, but I don't necessarily think they're storm clouds or rain clouds, and for now I'm gonna ignore them and push on. Everything after this is fresh to me, never seen it. I did not screenshot any of the pictures from 14ers. I don't have the route written down. I did read the route description. I did look at the pictures a couple times, but for the most part, we're just gonna have to figure this out on our own. Seems to me that climbing over all this would be kind of a mess. Just kind of walking along the edge of it right now. visibility is not so hot at this point. What it looks like behind, that's what it looks like in front. We're basically in the clouds now. Just on the other side of this rock. Yeah, that's it. Air is definitely thin up here though. Hoping we can go through this little notch right here, but probably could do that as well. Suppose we could go over the top. Oh yeah, it's hard to see, but summit's over there. Alright, now I guess we crossed this little gully, which I don't love the look of. It looks slippery and loose. Oh, there's a solid rock though. Oh, and it's actually, I mean, you wouldn't die. You would stop before you fell to the bottom. Honestly, might need to just use a little speed here and jump. Yeah, sometimes that's safer for me. Know when to use it, when not to. Whoa. I hope it's not around. Looks very loose and hard to tell around the corner, but actually that just looks awful, to be honest with you. We'll come back to that if we have to and reevaluate it. Seems promising. Won't really know though till we get over the edge. Well, till we look over the edge. Not going over the edge necessarily. We hope. I see a ginormous crack up ahead. It's definitely the way. I've never seen it in the pictures. Probably up the right side. Not sure, but I think we can just kind of go around this way. Crawl up through the crack. But it may be that we go over this way. I'm not sure. Let's get up there and take a closer look. Alright. Let's go check this out. It's like a path, but it could just be where water drains as well. I mean, this is looking like the path. And we are really dropping off the ridge here. Which means we're gonna have to re-climb all this here in a little bit. Okay, so hopefully there's a way up right around this corner, which it appears there is. That's great news. Be careful here. This looks loose and slippery. Like that. Steep and loose are favorite things in Colorado. So, I'm guessing up that way maybe? Let's play around that and see what it feels like. I don't know, maybe up right here. Can't really tell, to be honest. I mean, I know I could climb over this rock, but the way he's just hanging out like that, if I were to bring him down on me, that'd be a disaster. Of course, you have to be able to climb down this as well. This doesn't look easy to down climb. No great handholds anyway on that kind of sloping, slick rock. Not sure I'd be able to maintain 3 points of contact. I'm gonna take another minute to study this and then go see if the right turn was maybe the correct way to go. Think about trying to like shimmy my way up between these two rocks maybe. So I'm pretty sure I could do that. I don't know if I could reverse it very easily though and come back down. Again, I don't trust this thing. That would be a terrible fall. So this thing is slippery and angled. I don't love that. I've been wedged here for about 5 minutes. It's not because I'm stuck, I can climb right back down. I just really want to get this, and I'm experimenting with all different combinations of hand and foot holds, wedging myself in here and walking my way up with my feet. And I am getting closer, but I've just not found a way yet. Nervous about climbing back down this. I'm gonna keep tinkering around for a minute. I don't feel comfortable with this crack. Maybe going up it, kind of. I mean, sure, coming down it, not so much. I'm gonna backtrack a bit, look at that, what would have been a right turn where we went left, see if maybe there's a way. Otherwise, I'm not sure we're gonna make it to the top today. Be really careful on the way back down right here. We should also check this out while we're here. And then we can backtrack to that bigger junction I was talking about, but yeah, let's also check this out first. Definitely worth checking out, I think. Heck, this could even be the way. Could it be? That was it. That was the way. The other section I was doing didn't feel right, which I know some people would be capable of doing it. It didn't feel right to me. Sure enough, it wasn't. That's the summit up there. We've made it. We've basically made it. On the other side of this rock, just bashing my head against it forever. Turns out there's a relatively easy way up right there. I see people.
Way the hell over there.
Well, that's the way I came up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Hence the helmet and all the good stuff, huh?
Yeah. That's better. Started all the way down there, actually much further down. Worked our way up, came along this ridge line, and if we have to, we'll go back down it. I don't love the idea. Down climbing is more dangerous in general, so we're gonna look for a different route down called the Cristo Cooler. It's meant to be climbed in the snowy time, but it's possible we can down climb in the summer. We're gonna check that out. So this is the East Ridge route. It's just a nice little hiking trail. Obviously West Ridge, where we came from, but supposedly there's a little cooler here that you can walk down. It would be drastically shorter than either East Ridge, which involves running back up the road to the Blue Lakes, or going back the West Ridge route. The problem is, I'm not exactly sure where we're supposed to go down. I'm gonna study it a little bit more and then let you guys know what I decide. So what we're looking for is like a little chute or a little slide, it looks like. Kind of seeing it right here, maybe. It may be one layer over. I mean, we can definitely work with this. This is looking really promising. I think we can move right to left, then left to right. Now after that, I'm not sure, it's hard to tell, but this is looking good. I am going to take my jacket off and put a little sunscreen on my face. I don't want to jinx myself, but so far this way down is not a problem. We'll see if it holds out. I mean, it may get worse. Just felt the rain drop and looks like some storm clouds are coming in. Definitely not going to rush down, but also going to try to move along a little bit. This little chute I've been going down is about to get a lot steeper. I think I'm going to switch over to this one. Doesn't look as bad. It's looking like a cliff right here. May have to snake around through this. Yeah, so that's not looking great, but basically just walk along to the right, I think. My thinking is we'll just walk this way, and we'll have to intersect with that trail that runs along the hill, the one we took this morning, and then we'll just walk it back to the dam and all the way down around the corner to the car. it's inevitable that we have to fight our way through the trees a little bit. Oh, definitely better than doing it in the dark when they're covered in dew. This is kind of like a trail. A little bear trail. Shout out to all the bears out here working hard. Found it. Well guys, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, consider liking and subscribing, and maybe I'll see you guys next time.